Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to the Mark 3.5 Ford Focus ST3 with a twist.
Yeah, now this one is a TDCi Powershift.
Yes.
Automatic, basically.
I didn't even know these things existed, so you're going to want to see this, so let's get stuck in.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Ford introduced the Focus in 1998 as a direct replacement for the Escort. The Ford Focus is still one of the most popular compact hatchbacks of all time, earning the title of the best-selling car in the world in 2012. The ST brand has developed a great reputation for taking the more mundane Ford range and transforming them into fun, more sporty variants without going as hardcore as the RS models. The option for a diesel engine for your ST has been around for a few years now and has only improved over time. The 2-litre TDCi engine in the Mark 3.5 Focus ST boasts some impressive figures. Peak power comes in at 182 brake horsepower with an impressive 400 Newton meters or 295 pound-feet of torque. This propels the ST to 60 in 7.5 seconds. The main bonus of a diesel engine? Economy. The TDCi ST can churn out a whopping 61 miles per gallon, covering a quoted 805 miles to a full tank when driven accordingly. To make the diesel variant even more tempting, the annual tax bill is a mere £30, and in 2012, NCAP gave the Mark III Focus a 5-star safety rating. We're starting to understand why this platform was the best-selling car of 2012.
So the exterior is still an ST, nothing has changed for the diesel variants.
This model here has got the adaptive headlights. Now these are cool as hell. When you're driving, honestly, as you turn, they actually turn with the steering.
Not just corner lights,
no.
Yeah, they actually...
but it has got corner lights as well. And the headlights are amazing, I gotta be honest.
They do look a million miles better than your standard
ones.
ones.
They really do, yeah. Obviously, you've got the 18-inch ST wheels as standard.
Didn't we figure out that the red calipers are an ST thing? It's not an aftermarket thing?
Yeah.
Someone correct us if we're wrong, please, but we had a big conversation about the brakes. We weren't sure if it was a factory ST thing.
Every ST I've ever seen has got those.
Exactly. That's what convinced us.
Yeah. Now, the nice thing about this as well, I've replaced the side repeaters. These are dynamic black ones, because obviously usually they're clear, and they are a bit more prominent, so they're quite discreet like that. Just on this car specifically, it's got some louvres. One
of the best mods you can get, nice Accelerate sticker as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now, they're only about 16 quid.
Not the stickers.
Not the stickers. They're free if you want any, give us a shout. And obviously the Maxton extension.
I was going to say that is the only modifications on this car.
It is, yeah.
The louvres and the ring extension. But I got to say, I mean, it's a standard ST wing underneath, but I mean, the difference in the Focus, like we've said before, the ST department do a great job of differentiating them. It's not in your face, but it is a much nicer spoiler.
Yeah, it is. Nice and subtle. Now, something I mentioned earlier with the exhaust tip. Now, that was designed on the X-Fighter, I believe it is, correct me if I'm wrong, from Star Wars.
I didn't even know what that was.
That's why it's that shape.
But we love nerdy trivia like that, so that really...
Yeah, it's pretty cool, do you know what I mean? And it is very unique to the ST.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we'll have a look inside the boot, is it? Once again, decent size. Seats do fold down, you've got some anchor points. Obviously, there's some strap in here, spare wheel and everything. It does come with a spare wheel, as you can see in there.
Yes.
So it comes with all the little bits you need.
So it's a standard hatchback. For a standard hatchback, it's good boot space.
Yeah.
And like you said, the main thing is the seats do fold down, which makes it even more practical.
Exactly. Now, the only thing I want to show you is something going into the car on this model.
I really like this.
Is the light up kick plates.
And I do believe that's an ST3 option, is it?
It is, yeah. It's not on every model.
But one of my favourite sort of parts of the car is the interior, so let's take a look inside. Jumping into the interior of the Focus, one of the first things you notice are these Recaro seats. Obviously the ST3, full leather Recaro seats.
Yes.
Recaro know what they're doing, we've said this many a times, but they're such a good balance of, they're very supportive. I mean, you're a bigger lad than me as well.
I literally do wedge in these, but they do really, really hold me well.
But I can't see them being too tiresome on a very long journey, which again goes back to the, a great all-round car. Now, some of the features on this car, is another thing that surprised me, for a performance car as well, and a Ford, did surprise me.
Yeah, now it's got some nice little bits on here. Obviously, got the 8-inch TFT screen. With
a very modern unit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Now, it's really, really easy to use. It's the Ford Sync system, which I pretty much put in everything of this generation, but it is an optional extra. It all works as it should, and it's very, very easy to use. Obviously, you've got your heated seats.
Oh, I love that.
3-stage heated seats, which is really, really nice.
And they do work well. I've had mine on all day.
They do, yeah. You've got dual climate control, AC.
A lot of people try and complicate things these days. Everything's a screen. I've got to say, dual climate is sort of a given these days.
Yes.
But again, it's so intuitive. It's just there.
And obviously, you've got front and rear heated screens.
Yes,
nice
that's another
thing.
Yes, I love that.
So yeah, auto dim and rear view mirror. You've got the black headlining, which makes it just look a bit sportier. The only thing, like we said, does let it down a little bit is it is plasticky.
You have got your plastics, yeah, but it's almost like the plastics in the places that don't really matter. I mean, if you can put up with that sort of thing, it's not on the things that you're going to be touching every time. Like I said, the touch points are done well.
Yeah.
But it is, unfortunately, all along, you can just see that it is a bit of a cheaper plastic.
Yeah, it is, but it's by all means not a negative thing. It's something you respect from.
Yeah, this is us being picky now. This is what we need to do.
Now, the steering wheel controls as well are really... they actually look quite complicated.
It's possible to say, yeah.
It does, yeah.
Got a lot of buttons on
but yeah, you've got your cruise control, obviously your options to go through your menu, and your phone functions on the other side. So yeah, everything's there.
That's another thing I like is you've got your screen there. You've got your controls on a separate screen for the driver as well to give you all the information there. The dials, the white LED, it makes it so clear. It's not overly complicated. It's very easy to read. And one of my favourite things is they've carried it from the ST. Because it is an ST, I've got to keep telling myself it is an ST.
Yes, exactly.
You've got your dials on the dash, which just make it, to me, that's a true ST.
Yeah, now in the dark as well, you have got your red mood lighting everywhere.
Oh,
so you have got it all through the doors, through the footwells. It actually comes through the centre console.
I'm surprised of how nice of a place. If you can put up with the plastics, because there is a lot of it.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, again, if your wife sat here and you're sat there, they're not going to care about that. So where you're sat, it's going to be absolutely fine.
So you got a lot of storage in the centre. You got a centre console with a USB connection, SD card you can fit.
Didn't actually know that.
No, exactly. Also, you've got cup holders here, which you can adjust.
Yep.
But there's also a little tricky. Well, I didn't even know this was here. There's a little tray in here that you can obviously put a longer drink
for your sort of stars, your big Starbucks drinks and things like that. So they've thought this through.
Yeah, no, these do feel a little bit crap and flimsy. If I'm
again going to the Ford thing, you do get your odd cheap.
Yeah, but the slider feels pretty good actually. It feels pretty solid.
Yeah, but again, I would put up with that. How often are you going to move that? That's the front, but obviously if you've got a family, you're going to care about what's in the back. So let's have a look in the back.
Check it out.
Join us at the back of the Focus. Now I'm 5'9". I've got the seat pretty much where I would have it, and I've got some knee room here. I mean, I would say I'm about average height, so I'm quite comfy. It does slope back in the rear, especially with the louvers, does take away some of the light. But it's quite cozy. That's not a bad thing. It is cozy. Yeah. You're sat in these leather seats and they're comfy. Now, you're a bigger lad than me.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot, and I'm a bigger lad. Whoa, no. That seat is still in my driving position, and I've got plenty of room in the back here.
And obviously in the back, it's a Ford Focus. There's not an awful lot to talk about back here, features-wise.
Little pockets.
But your general thing, you've got your leather, even the backs of the seats. I like it. Weird thing. I like it when you get little details like that. They've carried the leather onto the back.
Yeah, that's true. It is literally all on the back, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
So you've got your leather seats there. Like I said, you are sort of surrounded by leather, as you said. Nice Recaro stamp there.
Yeah.
You have got the plastic going onto the back doors, unfortunately. But again, for me, not a game changer.
There's a bit of leather in the centre, which, the leather pad for your elbows. So
I can see that.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, okay. I'll take it back. Yeah, there is leather on the door.
Nice little feature.
But we did forgot to mention the front seats are fully electric. Again, being the ST3, the spec on this thing.
Yeah, well, there's the other thing I forgot to mention: automatic headlights, automatic wipers. It's got everything on it.
It's pretty much everything you can think of.
You'd need.
Yeah, and more. Like it's all great on the inside, but like I said, I'm still not convinced that it's going to be a performance car. So let's take it off for a drive. So you join us out on the road in the Mark 3.5 Focus ST. Now this is a very strange run for me. Now I didn't even know these cars existed. So first things first, the biggest difference with these is the engine. So do you want to run us through some specs?
Yeah, so as we've already said, this is the TDCi 2-litre 4-pod diesel engine. Yes. It produces 185 brake horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque.
That's an impressive figure.
It is quite impressive, isn't it? I know it's a diesel variant. But it is still quite sporty for what it is.
Now my main gripe, as I said to you off camera, is, and I'm hoping to answer this question by the end of the day, does this deserve an ST badge? Because to me, I'm old school. A performance car to me should be a petrol engine, but the way modern diesel engines are...
Well, we've driven some really, really quick and powerful diesels. So obviously this is a standard form. Yeah. So it is still, the original figures.
But this is why we wanted to do it, because it's such a good example. And I didn't even know that the Powershift was an option for the ST.
Ford's Powershift transmission is a dual clutch system as opposed to a traditional torque converter automatic. The main benefits of the Powershift over a torque converter are improved fuel efficiency, Ford quote around 10% better fuel economy, partnered with lightning quick and seamless gear changes.
We did try to do a lot of research before this, but it's such a rare spec car, we couldn't find much on it.
Well, like I said, the TDCi ST there was quite a few of them about. Now Fords, back in the day, they weren't really, but they didn't used to last very long. They weren't that well put together. Now this does feel very solid. I drive a Mondeo, 2 of them, Mark 4 and Mark 3. Now this to me just feels so modern inside.
Yeah.
Compared to anything like that generation.
Well, I would say, like for me, even the Mark, let's compare it to the Mark 1 Focus. Now, the Mark 1 Focus was designed as your basic, economical family car.
Yeah. It took over from the Escort.
Yeah, exactly.
As I said, this is my father's car. I do drive it quite often. I really love driving this car. The box is so silky smooth. Now, I was expecting it to be a lot more jerky and a lot more less responsive. It's not. It's very, very good.
Noise. What's that? Alright, so initial pull, like, it's a 2-litre diesel, it's never gonna pull your face off going in a straight line.
No.
With an ST, I find it's the experience of, it's not how fast you're going. During the sound, I know it's artificial and I probably should hate it, but it does add to the experience.
It does, yeah, it does. Yeah, it makes it feel like you are in a sportier vehicle, you know, not just a diesel. So your first time in the driver's seat?
Yeah, the difference is Kenny's driven this quite a few times now. This is my first sort of impression of it. Right, so second gear. I don't want to like this car. Yeah. So my thing is, I was saying to Kenny off camera, it doesn't matter how powerful something is, it's how it makes you feel.
Exactly.
God, those gear changes. I really hope that exhaust note is coming through the camera, because that really is adding to the drama of it.
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't sound like my Mondeo ST.
Yeah,
just sounds like a tractor.
And that's an ST.
Exactly. So. Now this, it does give it that growl. It's got that little bit of rawness to it.
The paddles for me make it feel sporty. That exhaust note coming through, and your touch points, like I said, the steering wheel, the seats, everything is making me feel like, okay, yes, I'm in an ST. Because what I said to Kenny was, should they have just put this as the ST line?
Yeah.
God, that pull. And the main thing, God, those brakes. Yeah. It gives you confidence. That's the main thing. It gives you confidence. It's the response.
It shouldn't grip like that, especially in the wet.
Oh, do you know what? The steering feel, because you said it feels direct, it does feel quite playful.
It does, yeah.
Like, first, I've driven this car, a couple of minutes. I floored it coming out of there. I was like, oh, let's see if we can get it to understeer. Had a little bit of spin, but it's damp, and it just went. Yeah. And it felt like it wasn't struggling. It was almost happy that it was like, right, yeah, I'm an ST. Let's do it.
Yeah,
it holds the roll well.
Wow.
And we should say it is damp today.
It's very damp, yeah. Well, the road is wet.
It's that moist, sort of slippery surface, yeah.
Yeah.
That noise is really tickling me.
It's very grunty, isn't it? Very growly.
Yeah.
And it is really, really flat, like the steering itself.
God, it does feel nimble.
It's very playful for what it is.
Playful, I think that's,
Yeah.
Anyone jumping into an ST, you should expect it to be firm.
Yeah.
But me coming in with that expectation, it rides better than I thought it was. Yeah. Yes, it's firm, but like you said, it's not crashy.
No.
I would be happy with this ride. Yeah. Because, let's face it, you buy an ST, it's not an RS, you don't want the ultimate performance. The idea of an ST is a practical car that every now and again you can have fun in. And
and you can just drive it normal when you want to.
Exactly, and I think the diesel, as much as I don't want to like it, I think you're peaking that thing of it is the utmost economical. You could get away with saying to your missus, oh, we should get one of these because it's still a sensible car, but you can go out and have fun on the weekends in it.
It's got the Isofix seats for the kids, it's got 5 doors, it's got a decent sized boot, and it's cheap to run.
Yeah, it's cheap to run. You've got, we're sat here with the heated seats, you've got the aircon. It's everything you could need from a family hatchback. Our final thoughts on the Focus ST. Now, bearing in mind your German equivalent will be the Golf sort of GTD, which is a rival, and I do believe these are cheaper than a Golf.
They are, yeah. You're looking at a few grand, to be honest. Now, as we said off camera, The difference between something like this and the VAG stuff, the VAG stuff is just soulless. It's got nothing.
We speak from experience. Everyone that we drive, they're such good cars. Again,
Yeah,
don't
they do
take this.
everything.
Yeah, but they do everything too well almost.
They do.
They do feel numb. You lose that connection with the car. Whereas this, again, surprised me.
Yes.
How fun it was and how engaging it was.
Yeah, no, like I said, when I test drove it, and you'll probably do the same if you test drive one, it's just a Focus diesel, you'll feel it. But the more you drive it, the more you, it sounds really cliche, but the more you connect with the car and the more it...
I would actually agree with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, but this is a prime example. We always see, I came into this with the wrong attitude thinking I'm not going to like this car. You have to drive every car before you make a judgment, because I've come away from this thinking, oh, okay, I actually quite like it, as much as I didn't want to. But as you can see, guys, we're back with the reviews, and this is why we love doing what we do, because we love experiencing different cars. But we are back.
And more to come, so stay tuned.
Plenty
Obviously,
more. We got features and we got reviews, so stay tuned. We've got some amazing cars lined up. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Boom.